Hello and welcome back to another one of my ranting videos. I'm Martin Richardson, and today we're going to talk about what's happening at Clyde FC, my thoughts on the Bully Wee at the moment. We're out and about just enjoying the decent weather here, but yeah, talking about the Bully Wee, Clyde. First of all, Clyde are a team, as an Annan fan, that we've grown to dislike over the years. Obviously I think it kind of started, their fans and their team are quite a big sort of following for the lower league, so playing at our level in League 2 they were always wanting to get up in that, and they always brought decent support, decent fan base, decent atmosphere to the games. I always look forward to playing Clyde, and obviously when Jim Chapman left Annan Athletic, he joined Clyde as manager. I know he didn't last long, but he took a lot of the team with him, and it was quite annoying. It was quite, it was basically they were a second Annan team. And yeah, of course the situation with Ali Love and David Goodwillie, and then I just enjoyed the games with Clyde, especially when that playoff final, when they actually got, I know I keep talking about playoff finals, I mean Edinburgh, FC Edinburgh the other day, and then now Clyde. That playoff final was really good. Obviously they went up instead of us a few years ago. The home game was it 1? I can't remember what it was now. Was it 1-0? I think it was, yeah. At our place. Obviously Chris Johnson scored the goal. He actually went to Clyde's back at Annan now. David Goodwillie had a penalty. I remember I was behind the goal. I shouted really loud just as he was about to take that penalty, and he put it wide. So I take full responsibility for that. There's a lot of things I take full responsibility for in football. And yeah, I mean, we went up there really optimistic, really confident, took a good support. I was shot on my head off that day at Broadwood, and they went and won on aggregate, and it was quite a dodgy decision in the end. Was it a penalty? I'm sure it was a penalty that they had, or something that happened with Swingbehurst in the box, and basically it just wasn't a penalty or whatever. That decision cost us, and yeah, obviously the pitch invasion, and they went up, and just got another gutting playoff final defeat. And obviously they went up to League 1, which they really should be at that level, and we were in League 2. So obviously there's been quite of a rivalry with Clyde as an Annan supporter, but it's kind of obviously not been in the forefront of our minds because we haven't played them, because they've been in League 1. And yeah, so the situation at Clyde, basically, as I said, they had David Goodwillie. Obviously he's got his issues, I would say, in regards to what he's done. I'm not 100% sure if he was actually convicted of being a rapist, but obviously there's a lot of I'm sure, I'm not going to speculate or anything because I'm not 100% sure what it is, but yeah, basically there's a lot of opinion between me and a lot of, basically 99.9% of Scottish football saying that he should be playing football, like a lot of others in the Scottish leagues that have committed or been convicted of sexual assault. David Goodwillie, he was playing for Clyde for I think 5 or 6 years, and then all blown up with this sort of a few months ago when basically he was going to get moved back up, because he actually Scotland International, played in the Premier League with Blackburn Rovers previously, and yeah, he got transferred to Raith Rovers, and that's when it all kicked off, because he was going up a league. I think, yeah, they were from part-time to full-time, and basically it got a lot of media attention. I think a lot of political influence as well, but I think it's wrong that he's playing football. But what really pissed me off, because I think when you look at it, especially from my perspective, is that I accept that he shouldn't be playing football, so I kind of don't have an argument for that, because it's basically, in my mind, it's like, well, there's no argument for it, it's done and dusted, so there's no point arguing about that. I don't know why he is playing football, but my argument and my sort of anger is towards sort of the media and the press, and a lot of people associate with Raith Rovers because when he obviously joined there was a huge backlash, rightly so as well. But I think what was the main issue was that, well, actually, first of all, let's talk about Raith Rovers, because that is kind of a different sort of story than actually when he was returning to Clyde. I think I'm just getting myself mixed up here. But obviously, when he joined Raith Rovers, the board were some of the board members quit, and there's a lot of like division within the club and the supporters, and the main sponsor, has quite close political ties with the SNP, and they obviously get involved with Nicola Sturgeon, and that's when it got a bit political and kind of blown out proportion, because I think that of course it was wrong, 100% it's wrong in my opinion and a lot of people's opinions, but the main issue is that it's annoying because it's just came to the forefront now, and people seem to be jumping on the bandwagon, and it's rightly so that the women's team of the Raith Rovers were obviously unhappy, and they were leaving and stuff, and rightly so, 100%. But at the same time, my argument and my sort of issue is that why wasn't there that? He's been playing at Clyde for 5 or 6 years, and we've all had to endure him and sort of as you say, sort of endured him and sort of put up with him, and basically not let our voices be heard, and the Clyde fans that have left the team have not had a voice. But yet, because of the media attention, there has been this like backlash, which of course is good, but it's just a bit late. I mean, a lot of damage has been done in that time to the Clyde fans and the Clyde reputation that can't be undone. And obviously Raith Rovers, I don't think they even played him, and I think I don't know what happened. His contract I'm not 100% sure. I think contract got ripped up. So it was quite a big media backlash, and of course Raith Rovers had to do a bit of rebuilding themselves. I think it was very stupid for Raith Rovers to make that decision in the first place, 100%. I mean, you know what you're getting into, and they were very stupid and very silly. So that's my opinion on that. And then basically he's rejoined Clyde, and then it's just kicked up even more of a stink. And as I said, this is probably where it even gets more annoying for me. As I said, David Goodwillie, he shouldn't be playing football. I know that, and he's done wrong, and it doesn't matter if he's been convicted or not convicted or whatever, and what sort of level of court, it's absolutely bonkers. But and all of his remorsefulness, I don't know, right? He shouldn't be anywhere in the public eye, basically. And going back to Clyde, I can understand why Clyde took him back. I'm not saying they were stupid taking him back, because obviously they stuck by him for 5 or 6 years, so it's not really a stupid decision in that respect, because they're going to obviously stick by him. And obviously when it goes back to Clyde, this is what really gets me and really annoying, is that the women's team of Clyde basically said that we're going to quit or whatever, and it's like, you're going to quit, but he was there for 5 or 6 years and you've done nothing, or it looks like you've done nothing. The same with the media. He's been there for 5 or 6 years. They're a semi-pro club, and you're just literally not doing anything about it, or we're not seeing a big movement, and then now we are. It's so hypocritical, and it's also to do with politics as well, which makes a lot of things more annoying, I think. But as he's went back to Clyde, there's been a lot of change to do with the council that own Broadwood Stadium. Now Broadwood Stadium is quite a big stadium in Cumbernauld for that level. I think it's 8,000 seats. Obviously Clyde should be a bigger club, but the story of Clyde is basically they're from Shawfield or Rutherglen, the Rutherglen area of Glasgow. Their stadium, they've had lots of stadiums. Their stadium got knocked down for the UM74 how many years ago, and they're obviously a Glasgow club, and Cumbernauld a new town, so they moved to Cumbernauld, which is way out of Glasgow. It's a new town though, so they didn't really have a big football team. It's kind of like Milton Keynes Dons sort of thing, moving to MK. Sorry, I'm going to take away the Dons because they're not Milton Keynes Dons, they're MK. Sorry, AAFC Wimbledon fans for that. No Dons for them, take it away. That's a different story as well. But yeah, moving to Cumbernauld. Obviously you've got Cumbernauld Colts and you've got Cumbernauld United, and I think there's another Cumbernauld club in the previously juniors, now non-league, and basically, yeah, so yeah, moving in that stadium, you're going to lose some fans from Glasgow, and then you're going to gain some fans from the local area. They obviously were in, I think, the Championship, or what's called First Division, and they ended up in League 2, now back in League 1. Obviously they did their best to fill it, but it's never going to be filled. And it's a strange one, Broadwood, because it's obviously the home of Cumbernauld Colts, it says in it. But the seats are red, it's got Clyde OK on the seats, so it's a bit of a strange one, but I know Clyde are the bigger club, but yeah, so obviously the council own it, North Lanarkshire Council, because it's like a leisure centre as well, like we mentioned with FC Edinburgh Leisure. And basically, because this has kicked up a lot of mess, effectively Clyde are now have left Broadwood Stadium. I don't know if they're kicked out or whatever happened. So they're on the move again. They're going to share with Hamilton, which is good for them because it's closer to their spiritual home, Rutherglen area of Glasgow, I believe, rather than Cumbernauld. Obviously the new fans that have been generated from the Cumbernauld area are going to have to travel, or whatever they're going to do, I don't know, but Cumbernauld is going to be just the Colts now. And then we're going to obviously see Open Goal Broomhill. Now we'll do another video about Open Goal Broomhill because that's another interesting one. But they've moved into Broadwood Stadium. But in regards to the council, I mean, it's so hypocritical, and it's like it's corruption as well, because it's like we're not doing anything. Okay, we're not doing anything. Oh wait, the SNP and whoever, the media, are basically saying there's a lot of backlash, so you're going to have to go. It's so hypocritical. So you allowed David Goodwillie to play at Clyde, and you allowed Clyde to basically be who they were for 5 or 6 years, and now you're taking this stance. It's so hypocritical. I'm not sure actually David Goodwillie is still at Clyde, but it's just very hypocritical and annoying, I think, just because a lot of fans would have left Clyde, turned their back, but they've not been heard. A lot of people like me and a lot of Scottish football fans hate David Goodwillie because of what he's done, and think he shouldn't be playing in front of us, and our voices haven't been heard. But when there's this big media outcry there, it's finally happening, but it's a bit too late. I think a lot of damage has been done in 5 or 6 years, and it's not like he's been a poor player or a bit part player. He's been basically the player of the season, scores a lot of goals as well. And obviously you've got Ali Love with his alleged, I don't know if it actually is alleged, I'll just say it for the purposes of the video, alleged racism against Annan's Rabi Omar when he was playing. Ali was playing for Clyde. Obviously Ali Love is in Dumbarton, so it'll be interesting to see him back at Gallowbank as a Dumbarton player, as they were relegated to League 2. But yeah, it's just been a bit of a big sort of thingy with Clyde, a big issue what's happening. It's just all come to light, it's all bubbled to the surface of what else are Clyde doing. I mean, sorry if you can't hear me for this little bit, there's the airplane going over back outside in the lovely Annan atmosphere, and the lovely Annan outdoors. So yeah, Clyde, they've caused, basically it's catching up on Clyde. I don't feel sorry for Clyde a lot, and obviously I don't still feel sorry for David Goodwillie, but it's very hypocritical from the other people that I've mentioned in this video, the other organisations that have basically just decided to say something now, because I know from experience that there is a lot of corruption and in society, and basically they're just doing it because they've been pressured, and of course rightly so. I mean, rightly so, but it's just obviously what I've said, it's just a bit late, a bit hypocritical. It doesn't look good for anybody, and I just hopefully that everybody can move on and stuff, and basically get everything sorted and everybody's happy. But yeah, so as I said, Clyde moving out means a new chapter. They're going to have to change a lot of the seats and everything, and I still feel sorry for the fans. I know they're a bit annoying, the Clyde fans, but they're still the fans of their club, and that they should be at least a championship club with this. Well, they're at Hamilton now. It's still a decent sized stadium. I'm not sure if it's bigger than Broadwood, but yeah. So that's it for today's video. It's not as long as the FC Edinburgh one, but if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help, and subscribe if you're new. If you want more content, you can comment down below, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. I'll probably do a video about Open Grobroom Hill, thinking about doing another video about some other clubs as well, just little things that have happened here and there. But no, just leave a comment, a positive one if possible, your thoughts or your opinions, and hopefully you see like that I'm trying to explain that, yeah, what I think. Obviously I'm not supporting David Goodwillie or anything, but I just see a lot of hypocrisy from a lot of people that have basically annoyed me in a lot of Scottish football. So yeah, just bandwagon jumping, I think. So yeah, so hopefully you're having a good day. I'm having a great day with Murray, so take care and I'll see you in the next one.